The Premier League is back, and the Premier League is back with a bang for Liverpool, courtesy of their 4-2 victory at Anfield against FC Bournemouth. Now, there's a lot of tactical things that we are seeing that Arne Slot is actually looking to try and implement in Liverpool, in that Liverpool want to build from what they had last season. Mo Salah again goes into the history books as the top scorer in the opening day fixture. It's like a given that every game that Liverpool start in the season, Mo Salah is destined to score. And that is what he did, and he's actually the top player in that kind of stats. Now, Arne Slot understands that the Premier League is dynamic. He understands that the Premier League is difficult. He understands that the Premier League, a lot of opponents are building. And Arne Slot is actually coming with ways to actually put Liverpool in the competitive advantage over the rest. Watch this video as we analyze Liverpool versus AFC Bournemouth. If you are new in this channel, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this YouTube video. Then we proceed. Now, Hugo Ekitike was the standout player in this game. You could just see the incredible debut he had. But the question is, how and what made Hugo Ekitike so dominant in this game? That is what we try to analyze. Now, Liverpool lined up with a 4-2-3-1 with Florian Wirtz starting as number 10, Ekitike as the number 9, and we started to see actually McAllister playing in that deeper position with Szoboszlai in the absence of Gravenberch. Now, FC Bournemouth were quite dynamic. Sometimes they looked to press aggressively high, but because they were pressing in a 4-1-4-1 system, Ekitike most of the time looked to play in that false 9 position, dropping especially towards the left half space to receive the ball with time and space, and most importantly looking to link up with Cody Gakpo. And that's why you constantly saw Ekitike drifting towards the left. This is because Bournemouth's holding midfielder was looking touch tight on Florian Wirtz. And what you notice is that when Liverpool progressed with the ball, they would even move to something more like a 2-4-4 shape, similar to what we are seeing Bayern Munich actually doing together with Vincent Kompany, where Ekitike will drop alongside Wirtz to try and create that overload against Bournemouth's single holding pivot. And what they will do is, we saw the left side overload that we have seen even Liverpool actually implement in pre-season, where they would like to try and overload the left, and this sometimes would allow Ekitike to receive the ball directly and look to slip in to Cody Gakpo. But most of the time, this will shift the opposition defense line towards the left, opening up space towards the right for quick switches of play, especially to Mohamed Salah. Now, Liverpool's system was not faultless in that we have started to see defensive frailties in Liverpool, and those were spaces on each side of the centre backs because of the 2-4-4 system and how high Frimpong was actually playing. What you notice is that Liverpool only left behind their 2 centre backs because they wanted to create that diamond in attack, and they wanted to also flood the attack since Szoboszlai was also pushing high up, leaving McAllister alone. Look at this structure here. Look at the position of Kakes. Look at the position of McAllister and Szoboszlai. And you notice one thing immediately. Liverpool are drifting towards the left. Now, Liverpool were looking to overload the left, with even Florian Wirtz looking to try and shift across. Look at the position of Hugo Ekitike. There is absolutely no number 9 in that backline. Ekitike has also dropped towards the left. The main aim was to swarm the left with as many players as possible, trying to create triangles and rectangles down that left side, where Liverpool would look to manipulate the ball, drag the opposition and actually open up midfield. And what you notice is that when Liverpool did this, they actually created space in midfield where they will look to play a simple pass to Florian Wirtz, giving him time to try and create. Now, what you notice is that, yes, with Liverpool committing a lot of players down the left, it also meant that their right side was highly vulnerable, especially with Frimpong looking to make that run to generate the width alongside Mo Salah. The main aim of this is that we also started to see Slot actually changing his system in the second half, pushing Frimpong into that midfield position and allowing Salah to be the only player staying out wide. Now, why was this? You see, the way Liverpool were creating overloads down one side, the other side was being left exposed. So we started to see either Szoboszlai dropping deep alongside McAllister, with Liverpool maintaining the 3-5 shape, or what we started to see in the second half, where you see the position of Jeremy Frimpong. And what do you notice in this position? Frimpong is playing in field because we started to see Cook actually making a lot of runs towards that side, Jamie Brooks. And this was creating a lot of problems for Liverpool, especially in the first half and even sometimes in the second half. And Frimpong's position also allowed Virgil van Dijk that inside channel ball. Now, one thing you also need to understand is that Liverpool were looking to play with a high line, but this high line was also a problem for them, in that when they lost the ball, rather than dropping that line, they will just maintain it, trying to play that offside trap. And Bournemouth actually gave the blueprint on how to deal with Liverpool by playing balls over the top. Now, one thing I have to say is that Liverpool will really struggle when they are looking to play that high line with Virgil van Dijk, who I think has really aged in that defense position. Now, what you notice is that time and time again, whenever Liverpool committed so many players forward, when they lost the ball, they did not have a solid defensive midfielder to anchor that midfield. Something that Gravenberch did last season. And we saw time and time again where Bournemouth were having even 4-2 against Liverpool's centre-back. And that is how Bournemouth actually got back into the game. Lucky for Liverpool, for Chiesa to actually score and Mo Salah, but otherwise, these are very telling things that Slot has to work on. Positivity is that Hugo Ekitike has come into the league, and now this is going to give a lot of questions whether Liverpool should actually go for Isak or they should stick with Ekitike, since Isak might actually inhibit the development of Hugo Ekitike, who I think is a very good player. We saw his work rate, we saw his energy and his positioning, and he played what Slot actually instructed. Now, Arne Slot has started in with a high 4-2 victory, which is good, but the scoreline does not actually reflect the overall performance in the game. I think that Liverpool really have a huge defensive problem and a midfield problem, which I think if they find teams that are really solid when it comes to defending, they might actually get caught out, because the way especially their defense with Virgil van Dijk is defending, it's not quite great, and they need Gravenberch back in that midfield. What do you think? Do you agree with my analysis? Leave your comments in the comment section area below. Once again, thanks for watching and see you again.